Are you tired of seeing the same anime shows topping every list? Get ready to discover 10 underrated gems anime that aren't just good, they're perfect from beginning to end. These hidden treasures have everything: emotion, atmosphere, unforgettable characters, and yet, most fans miss them. Until now. While mainstream anime like Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer dominate the spotlight, there's a whole world of shows quietly shining in the shadows. These series may not have viral popularity, but they're the kind of anime that stay with you long after the credits roll. Whether you're into slow-burn romance, historical intrigue, or otherworldly adventures, there's something here for every kind of anime fan. So, let's dive into 10 underrated anime that are absolutely perfect from start to finish. And if you're loving this kind of deep dive into overlooked gems, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of anime lovers. Number 10. Raven of the Inner Palace has nuanced court intrigue. Raven of the Inner Palace is a masterpiece of tone, mystery, and emotional storytelling. It combines ghostly mysteries with courtly drama and just a whisper of romantic tension. Our protagonist, Lu Shou-shui, carries heavy spiritual powers and emotional burdens. Her loneliness is palpable, but the slow emergence of trust, especially with the Emperor, adds emotional weight. What really makes this anime special is how it layers each character with surprising depth. No one is what they first appear to be. The setting is gorgeous, the ghost stories are chilling, and the romance is gentle and unforced. It's rare to find a show that blends the mystical and the political so elegantly. Number 9. Mushi-shi is thematic and otherworldly. Mushi-shi is like an anime poem. It's not about fast-paced battles or loud drama. This is about silence, reflection, and the strange beauty of the world. Ginkgo, our wandering protagonist, encounters mysterious mushi, creatures that exist somewhere between life and spirit. The show is deeply philosophical, often heart-wrenching, and yet incredibly peaceful. Episodes feel like standalone short stories, each with their own mood and theme. Watching Mushi-shi is like wandering through a haunted forest, with moments of light breaking through the trees. The anime doesn't shout, it whispers, and that makes its emotional impact even stronger. 08. Sei gets a new chance to live again in The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent. In a world full of isekai power fantasies, The Saint's Magic Power is Omnipotent dares to slow down and breathe. Sei isn't a sword-swinging warrior. She's a potion-making, plant-growing miracle worker who finds meaning in calm, intentional living. Before being summoned to Salutania, Sei's life was draining and empty. But in this new world, she doesn't just survive, she heals, she thrives, and she brings light into others' lives. Her magic doesn't come from brute force. It comes from knowledge, patience, and care. It's a story about rediscovering purpose, and in today's chaotic world, that's a message many of us need to hear. 07. Arte tells the story of a woman painter. Set in the stunning backdrop of 16th century Florence, Arte is a bold story of one woman's fight to live on her own terms. Arte is a noblewoman who gives up wealth and status to chase her dream of becoming a painter, a path nearly impossible for women in her era. It's not just about art, though. It's about defying expectations, staying true to your passion, and carving out your identity in a world that wants to box you in. Her relationships, both platonic and romantic, are grounded in mutual respect and shared struggle. Arte's journey is short in episodes, but long in emotional resonance. A truly empowering tale. 06. A handsome ogre drags Aoi into the spirit world in Kakuryo. Kakuryo, bed and breakfast for spirits, is whimsical, emotional, and packed with charm. Aoi is a strong, independent protagonist who finds herself in the spirit world, facing marriage to a demon ogre named Odana. But this isn't your typical forced romance. Instead, Aoi uses her culinary skills to open a bed and breakfast for spirits, reclaiming her agency and her future. Odana too subverts expectations. What starts as fear slowly unfolds into mutual understanding. This anime may look like a romance or isekai, but it's also about self-worth, creativity, and healing through food. Think Studio Ghibli vibes, but with a twist. 5. The First Vampire Hunter. D movie tends to get overshadowed. The 1985 Vampire Hunter D movie is a gritty gothic classic that laid the groundwork for dark anime storytelling. Set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with vampires, monsters, and mutated humans, this anime is pure 80s horror fantasy gold. Doris Lang is hunted by the vampire Count Magnus Lee, and her only hope is D, a half-vampire hunter with a mysterious past. The animation may feel retro, but that's part of its charm. Every frame drips with atmosphere. It's raw, brutal, and haunting. While its sequel, Bloodlust, is more polished, the original has an unfiltered edge that hits hard and stays with you. 4. Mermaid Forest explores the implications of immortality. Mermaid Forest is one of Rumiko Takahashi's most forgotten works, but it's a gem that deserves the spotlight. It explores immortality not as a gift, but as a burden. Yuta and Mana, two immortal souls, travel through Japan encountering others affected by mermaid flesh, some seeking it, others cursed by it. Each story is eerie, poetic, and often tragic. The art may seem simple, but the storytelling is layered with moral complexity. It asks hard questions. What does it mean to live forever? Is eternal life worth eternal loneliness? If you want supernatural anime with emotional depth, this is it. Number 3. Laid Back Camp has a wholesome, meditative quality. Sometimes, the most powerful stories are the quietest. Laid Back Camp is an iyashikei, or healing anime, that's all about friendship, nature, and finding joy in the simple things. Following a group of high school girls who bond through camping, the anime is like a warm blanket on a cold day. While its first season drew attention, later seasons deserve just as much love. Watching the group grow closer with each trip is deeply fulfilling. There's no drama here, just serene lakes, shared meals, and cozy conversations. If you're ever feeling overwhelmed, this anime is your antidote. Number 2. Psychic Princess is a tropey historical romance. Psychic Princess is dramatic, romantic, and addictively fun. Chan Youngshi is gifted and cursed with psychic powers, sent to marry the cold and dangerous Prince Ye. But she doesn't cower. She matches his cold detachment with fire and spirit. Their love story is full of tension, banter, and undeniable chemistry. It's the kind of romance that makes you shout at the screen, cheer for the characters, and beg for the next episode. Set in a beautifully drawn historical world, the series balances humor, supernatural elements, and heartfelt moments. If you're into romance with bite, Psychic Princess is a must-watch. Number 1. Haru has a fairy tale character arc in The Cat Returns. Studio Ghibli's The Cat Returns may not be as well known as Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle, but it's just as magical. Haru is an ordinary girl thrown into an extraordinary situation when she saves a cat who turns out to be royalty. The reward? She's whisked away to the Cat Kingdom to become his bride. It's surreal, funny, and deeply heartfelt. Haru's journey from shy and uncertain to bold and self-assured is what fairy tales are all about. The animation is dreamy, the characters are quirky, and the message is powerful. Be true to yourself, even in a world that wants to rewrite who you are. Each of these underrated anime proves that you don't need hype or high budgets to tell a perfect story. These series span genres: historical, romantic, fantastical, but they all have one thing in common: heart. They may not be the loudest or most popular, but they speak to something deeper, something real. So whether you're new to anime or a lifelong fan, give these hidden gems a chance. And if you found even one title today that sparked your curiosity, smash that like button, share this video with your fellow anime fans, and subscribe for more hidden treasures in the anime world.